Welcome into the Eblen Center where we are underway. First possession of the ball game. Little Rock basketball as the Trojans take on the Golden Eagles of Tech. And Tuntach Gatkek gets the game's first dunk as he cuts into the baseline and slams it home. Noah McKay joined by Frank Harrell here on the call. As they'll work it over right side, Brandon Moontu. Tech in their home gold uniforms today with gold shorts, purple numbers and letters with white accents. Little Rock in their row, black uniforms, black shorts, white numbers and letters. Ty Owens gives to Brandon Moontu. We'll give you the starters in a moment and get to the Pepsi keys to the game in the under 16 timeout as Ty Owens has it. 5 on the shot clock, gives back to Moontu. Lines up the 3, can't hit. Rebound is loose, grabbed away by Little Rock. And Braxton Bayless will send it ahead. Gatkek, alley-oop, but the dunk won't go. Second chance at a foul as Ty Owens hacked across Cameron Wallace. Let's get right to the starting lineups in this game. First for Little Rock, who enters this game at 9-12 on the season, but 6-4 in the OVC. Braxton Bayless, Jonathan Lawless, catching Inze, Cameron Wallace, and Tuntach Gatkek. For the Golden Eagles today, who enter at 7-14, 2-8. Losers of 4 consecutive games. Number 1, Makai Cameron. Number 6, Brandon Moontu. Number 7, Juwan Nichols. Number 8, Ty Owens. And number 10, Grant Slatton. As the first free throw is good for Cameron Wallace. He's a 57% free throw shooter. Next one on the way, good as well. 2 for 2 for Wallace, and it's 4-0 early on here for Little Rock. Tech needed a fast start, haven't got it here a minute in, trailing by 4.
And Tech's been slow starting and then trying to work their way back in the game. That's hard to do.
Here's Grant Slatton as he drives and kicks Moontu. Corner 3, good. Brandon Moontu reigns it home from long range. He has not hit multiple threes in the game in the last 5 contests. That will help as he gets it rolling. It's 4-3. Now on the other end, here's Wallace for the Trojans. They won the first meeting, outscoring Tech in the second half, 51-30, to take a 77-58 win. Tech led at the break. As that three's no good, rebound down. Owens grabs it away for the Golden Eagles, and here they come in transition. Owens works it to the top of the circle. He'll drive, now fires it, trying to get it across to Nichols, but it ricocheted a couple of times, stolen away by Inze. Here come the Trojans ahead. Little dump off to Wallace on the baseline. He reverses back out. Top of the circle, 3, good. Rained home by Braxton Bayless, and it's 7-3 for the Trojans.
That pass in there, the point guard tried to make Tech just too slow.
Owens sends it over right side. Now he has it again from the logo. Ty Owens, as Bayless steps to him, dumps it off to Juwan Nichols. Nichols senses the lane is wide open, and he'll sky up with a 2-hand jam. Juwan Nichols has been the best Golden Eagle in a conference play. 17 points at SIUE, 15 at Lindenwood. This is his 4th start of the season, as he has really just supplanted Danny Pounds, who's barely playing right now. Did not play their last time out. He is in uniform today as they'll dump it off. That Gatkek steps through. My goodness, the wingspan on this young man, and he goes up for the 2-hand dunk. 6'9" transfer from Florida forces an exceptional being timeout by Coach Pelfrey. Let's get right to it. Frank had the late start. Pepsi's keys to the game in this one.
Well, for Tech, a broken record again. They got to limit turnovers. They've been making way too many turnovers. They've got to make some shots. They've been getting shots on the perimeter, not making them. Got very little inside. They need to get more of what they just got. They've got to win the rebound battle against this guy. These guys are great rebounders. Little Rock's got to force Tech into their turnovers. They got to defend against the 3. They can't give Moontu the open 3 and other shooters like that. And they got to get offensive rebounds against Tech because Tech's been prone to give them up. So ought to be a good basketball game. They're a very, very athletic, quick, long team.
Their zone defense gave Tech a ton of problems in that second half at Little Rock. We'll see if that plays a role today. This has been a lopsided affair since they've shared a conference. Little Rock leads the series 1-6. Tech has lost 6 straight against the Trojans. They're down early on 9-5, and Coach Pelfrey burned a 30-second timeout. An exceptional bean timeout. It'll be a sideline inbound out of it for the Golden Eagles.
Little Rock's height is deceptive. Even though they're 6'8", 6'9", their arm span makes them 7 foot.
Ty Owens brings it up here for the Golden Eagles. He'll send it over to Grant Slatton. Slatton sends to Makai Cameron.
Little Rock's going to the zone, trying to match up a little bit, but basically a 2-3.
Juwan Nichols has it here. Nichols tries to back down the defender. Body up, physical basketball right now. Nichols, the double team arrives, just tries to shoulder his way up. A tough shot is good for big Jawan Nichols.
How's there not a foul on that play on offense or defense one?
There was a lot of shoulders and bodies hitting into each other there, but they say play on.
Like that old Oklahoma drill in football.
Gatkick has it here. He'll dump it off inside. Blocked. Grant Slatton from behind with the block. The putback blocked again by Jawan Nichols. Couple of blocks for the Golden Eagles, and here comes Makai Cameron. Gives to Nichols. Back to Cameron. Cameron off the dribble. Picks up. Moontu. Open three. Connects. Brandon Moontu with his second three, and Tech leads here 3 minutes and 40 seconds in.
For Tech to be good, Moontu has to be a consistent outside three-point shooter.
Bayless dumps it ahead. Gatkick has it now. Gatkick surveys. Now dumps it over. This one grabbed by Bayless. Good answer out of the timeout for the Golden Eagles offensively. Bayless tosses it. Trying to clear out is Nze against Slatton, who had the swat from behind the last time down the floor. Nze sends it back off. Truman Clater the fourth. Clater, fade away in the mid-range. Can't hit. Moontu tips the rebound to himself. Here they come. Ahead to Ty Owens. Owens dumps it ahead to Slatton. In rhythm. Slatton off the dribble three. Popped out. No. Nichols offensive rebound. Put back too strong. Slatton skies in and dunks it through.
Slatton has really helped them in the last three ball games.
The pride of White County High School, played for Eric Money Mitchell in White County. He gets the putback jam, and it's 12-9. Tech on a run out of the timeout. 7-0 in the last 119. Gatkick gives it to Bayless. Bayless, right side Gatkick. Tries to dump it over. Slatton with the tip and a foul. Nze pushed him in the back. And how about Grant Slatton? The minutes that he is giving this team since returning into the lineup, invaluable. Another defensive play, and it brings us to our first full exceptional bean timeout on the floor. 15-11 to go in the first half. It's Tech 12, Little Rock 9. This is Golden Eagle basketball on 106.1 The Eagle and the Golden Eagle Sports Network. $15-11 to go in the first half. Tech with a run. 12-9 the lead now, as they've scored 7 unanswered and made 5 of their last 7 shots. It's something that has not happened a lot in this skid. Getting hot from the floor, multiple people.
Make shots, limit turnovers. They've done that so far.
Ty Owens bringing it up here for the Golden Eagles. He gives to Grant Slatton. Now left side, Makai Cameron. Cameron to Owens. Owens works off a Nichols screen, weaving through traffic. Owens reverses out to a wide open Grant Slatton. Why not? Can't hit. Moontu with an offensive rebound. Tech getting after it on the boards early on. Moontu loses handle, but Jawan Nichols grabs, puts it up and in.
Probably got fouled on that shot, too.
John Pelfrey is livid. He's out there clapping at the official with his arms out, saying, what's going on? And the official gives him a nod and kind of a scowl. He missed one that time. Here's Lawson. Lawson tore them apart in Little Rock. Outlet feed, Bayless has it. Lawson near the top of the conference in everything. He dumps it over his shoulder. Bayless, little pass fake. Now will kick into the corner. 3 ball on the way. Pops out for Clater. Rebound down. Mackay Cameron has it. Owens to bring it up. Tech really controlling the glass early on in this game. 7-3 rebounding advantage.
Need to move the ball a little quicker. Don't dribble. And then once penetrate after you get a chance and kick it to a shooter.
Owens has it here as Mackay Turner and C.J. McPherson go to the table. Owens on the drive, little head fake, left-hand leg, good, and one. Clater grabbed him. Ty Owens with the finish, and he'll go to the line looking for 3.
Another way to beat it, just drive in there, beat them all on his own, fall down, laying it up, get fouled, make the shot.
McPherson and Turner in for Cameron and Nichols. 13:53 to go in the first. Tech's run continues. 11-0, could be 12 if Owens able to make this one here. Ty Owens, a 79% free throw shooter so far this season. And he flies it away and hits. Ty Owens adds another. And it's 17-9. Golden Eagles out in front. Not something we get to say too often here in the month of January. We just saw the women win. Why not add another? Long way to go as the handoff goes to Lawson. He'll dump it off Gatkick. Gatkick drives and reverses over to Clater. Clater picked up by Owens as he floats back. Now will Sky up with a long 2 and hits. Truman Clater the 4th with the answer. First points in about 4 minutes for Little Rock.
They have got some athletes.
17-11, and they showed they can score in a hurry in that first meeting. Tech looking for 2 complete halves of basketball. Slatton has it off the wing. He'll dump it over to Turner. Turner working on Gatkick. Couple of dribbles inside. Turner loses his footing. Kept his dribble, though. He's able to bounce it back out. McPherson. Now Slatton lines up the 3 and hits. Great Slatton from downtown. A 9-point Golden Eagle lead. Slatton playing great basketball right now for this team. Adding on to a good start. Here's the pass over for Wallace. Wallace dumps it to Bayless. Moontu right there defensively. Right now, Ty Owens is getting held by Clater. The officials watching it don't call anything, but they threw it away anyway, and possession goes back to the Golden Eagles.
Coach is after him, too.
And he should be. Owens was standing there with his hands up. He got the hook. Right now, the energy for Tech on that sideline is 10,000 times better than it has been the past couple of weeks, Coach.
It is, and the coach is, he pushed it as much as he can push it, even though both times they deserve to be pushed.
He's hot about it. He is not happy. Here comes Owens ahead, 20-11 our score, 12th and a half to go in the first. Owens again, works away from it, fires right side Moontu for his 3rd. Popped out, was halfway down, rebound punched out of play. Ooh, and they gave it to Little Rock. McPherson thought it was last touched by Bayless. The official says no, and the Trojans get it back.
That was close either way. I wouldn't have wanted to call it from here.
Bayless picked up by Owens, now dumps it ahead. Inze sends it over. Bayless. And again, a foul away from the ball. They're going to get, I think, C.J. McPherson for a hold potentially here. They will. That is the 2nd team foul against Tech.
And again, they need to develop some consistency in the calls here.
Tech is shooting 62% from the field right now, Coach. You're right. Both ways has not been called equally so far in this game. Now off a screen, 3 ball on the way and good. There goes Jonathan Lawson. We talked about him. He transferred in from Creighton out of Memphis, Tennessee. 4th in the conference in points per game. He's 2nd in 3-point percentage, and he rains one home to make it a 6-point game.
And you can't give him that much room.
Owens reverses over to Moontu. He lines up the 3. He's feeling it. No, but McPherson goes for the rebound. Little head fake back out Slatton. Over to Owens. Owens activates on the dribble, now floats back. 14 to shoot. Owens throws it to Mackay Turner. Turner is fouled. Nope, they called a travel. As he tried to go around the defender, they called a travel on Turner, and possession goes back.
The basket had a fist up, which means a foul. Official outside didn't know that was a walk, and he gave up the call.
Well, he traveled because he got fouled, but that brings us to an exceptional meeting. Timeout on the floor. 11:33 to go in the first. It's 20-14. Golden Eagles in front. You're listening to Tennessee Tech men's basketball on 106.1 The Eagle, the Golden Eagle Sports Network. 11:33 to go in the first half. It's 20-14. Tennessee Tech with the lead over Little Rock. They had a big run, and now Tech's gone a little bit cold from the field, still shooting 57% from the floor, but knowing this is going to be a long game as they try to get back in contention here. If the tournament started today, Tech would be out, and they are 2.5 games out of 8th place. Top 8 teams go to Evansville, so margin for error shrinking for this Golden Eagles squad. Out of the timeout, it's Little Rock basketball. I'm Noah McKay, joined by the Hall of Famer Frank Harrell. Grant Slatton has played sensational basketball through 8 minutes. He tips that one out of play, and it'll stay with Little Rock.
I like this. Tech's winning the paint battle 10-4. If that could keep up, that would make a good difference. That's an unusual stat for Tech to be ahead in.
Sideline inbound goes to Braxton Bayless. Bayless dumps it ahead Lawson. Lawson back out. This is Cameron Wallace. Back to Lawson. Lawson fires a fastball. Wallace grabs it with one hand, then transitions to the right and lays it in. It's a tough shot. All of a sudden, Little Rock's back within 4. Tech led by as many as 9. And 3 subs go to the table for Coach Pelfrey, and they threw one right to us here on Media Row. A turnover as Owens was looking for McPherson. Possession back to Little Rock, and things not going as well for Tech as Jacoby Whitted, Malik Ferguson, and Makai Cameron check in for Slatton, Moon 2, and McPherson.
And that turnover, just unforced. He just threw it over. You had a better chance of catching it than the player he threw it to.
Well, if I would have caught it, Coach, I'm telling you, I would have reined it home. Make no mistake. As Wallace lines up the long 2, pops out no. Turner with a rebound. Tech trying to spark this offense again. Want to avoid one of those slumps that has been a little bit too common here recently. Owens with it. Crosses over, now bounces in Turner. Turner gets to the spot, blocked from behind, though, by Gatkick, and here he comes in transition. Gatkick sends it over to Lawson. Lawson dumps it ahead. Now Inze. Inze back out Gatkick. Gatkick, turnaround jumper for Clater. That one won't hit. Owens has another rebound. Ty Owens with his second board of the game so far. He'll drive inside now coast to coast. Now reverses out to Whitted. In rhythm Trey. That's no good. Rebound punched around and grabbed by Lawson. Here come the Trojans again. Under 10 to play in the first half. Gatkick gives back. Now an underhand feed to Wallace. Reversal. 3-ball on the way and good. Splashed home by Kachi Inze. And Little Rock has answered with a run of their own. Tech has not scored in the last 3 minutes. 20-19. Now they're bringing the half-court trap. This gave Tech all sorts of problems in Arkansas as Cameron drives inside. Left-hand lay good. Makai Cameron with a decisive take and the good lay.
Every now and then Cameron shows sparks of being just a great, great player.
Ahead. Here's Lawson, bodied up by Cameron. He'll dump it to the elbow, extended, grabbed by Wallace. Wallace sends it back to Lawson. Cameron right in his hip pocket. Forearm into the abs. Now a drive inside. Inze throws up the right-hand runner, good, and Little Rock's within a point, 22-21.
Inze's just complaining.
Owens just dribbled it off his own foot. Thankfully, it was last touch diving for it by Clater. It goes out of bounds. And that may be an indictment of what's happening right now for Tech as they've lost the energy. I mean, Owens just dribbled it right off his own toe.
Yep. That's been a negative for them, unforced turnovers.
Tech basketball, Malik Ferguson with it. Owens and Clater started to battle a little bit, and the official went, don't do that. And now we go to work. Owens sends it over to Makai Cameron. Cameron off a Jawan Nichols screen. He's back into the game. Owens has it now. Owens fires it in, looking for Nichols, and he was pushed. Inze with an arm into the back, and this will be the second on Kachi Inze. A lot of transfers on this team for both teams, obviously, in 2026, but for Little Rock, a lot of Division I kind of names you'd recognize. This 2 Xavier transfers. Inze's one of them. Mentioned Florida. So they've gone the route of going to some of the guys who are coming down from that Power 4 level.
And I think that's a good way to go. Find great players that were recruited that aren't playing enough.
Ferguson has it. Malik Ferguson gives back to Makai Cameron.
Cameron Rock's now in man-to-man.
Has it knocked out of play, and he last touched it as well. Lost handle on it, went all the way out of bounds on the other side of the floor. And another turnover, possession back.
And again, they're unforced turnovers. It's not like he made a great defensive play. Just kind of dribbled it off his foot on a crossover.
Tech rolled for about 4 minutes went on a big run, took a 9-point lead, and since then they've only scored 2 points. And that was just Mackay Cameron making something happen. Wallace has it here for Little Rock. He'll dump it off to the baseline. Now Bayless picks up, back to Wallace on the wing. Wallace goes to work as Nichols stretches to him. He'll sky up, mid-range fadeaway, good, and Little Rock takes the lead again, 22-23.
Well, they're good at that pull-up jumper.
First lead since about the 16-minute mark for Little Rock. 8:14 to go in the first. You talked about the athletes they have, Coach. They're showing off right now. As Owens gives left side Ferguson. Clear out by Nichols. Ferguson's three. Can't hit. Rebound Whitted. Tips it. Knocked out of play, and it'll stay with Tech as it was last touch by Bayless. 8:03 to go in the first half. 23-22. Little Rock with a narrow lead. Tech's gone ice cold from the field here in recent minutes. A 12-2 run for the Trojans. And now they're going to reset the clock, the shot clock to 20. No change of possession. But a ball did hit the rim. Owens now a little head fake. He'll drive. Owens retreats back. Owens to Nichols. He drives with the left hand, can't finish. Gets his own rebound, put back, blocked again. Lawson got a hand on it. Now long rebound, Ferguson has it. Ferguson, right side. Cameron, long range three, nothing but net.
Yep. Big basket there.
Mackay Cameron with the answer. Tech in front by 2, 25-23. Ahead, here's Bayless. Bayless dumps it ahead, Gatkek. Gatkek has it punched. Whitted tries to run it down in the corner. Couldn't quite save it in. It'll stay with Little Rock. High energy play defensively for Jacoby Whitted, though. And as we head to the exceptional being time out on the floor, Tennessee Tech holds a narrow 25-23 lead. You're listening to Tennessee Tech men's basketball on 106.1 The Eagle and the Golden Eagle Sports Network. Welcome back. 7:24 to go in the first half. Tech leads 25-23. Spaced out to a 9-point advantage. Little Rock answered with a run, but a three by Mackay Cameron gave Tennessee Tech a 25-23 lead. One good thing here for the Golden Eagles, they're shooting the ball better in this game. More guys are getting it rolling from long range. They are 4 of 11 from downtown compared to 3 of 5 for Little Rock. They've taken 4 more shots. They're winning on the boards more than double, 13-6. But it's just a 2-point game because there have been some clutch buckets made by the Trojans here in response to the run by Tech.
Well, to win, I really think Little Rock's a good team. They got great talent. I think they got better talent than their record. But to beat them, you've got to be a little bit more efficient. You've got to keep shooting the ball well. You've got to make them earn their points down there. Don't give them any easy baskets. And come down and make shots of your own. When you go to the bench, sometimes you may have a lineup in there that I don't know who's going to knock that outside shot down right now except for Cameron.
Next up for Tech, TSU in that rescheduled game. Coming up as the baseline inbound here for Little Rock. Then they'll be back home, so don't have to go very far, just to Nashville, and then back home for 2. Western and Eastern come to town on Thursday and Saturday. We'll be here for all the action, of course, on the Golden Eagle Sports Network. Little head fake here for Bayless as the Trojans go to work, 7 to shoot. Running out of time. Bayless off the dribble. Isolation. Steps to his right, pulls up for a long 2 and hits. Goodness gracious. Braxton Bayless finds a way to hit, and we're tied up at 25. That was good defense, Coach.
That was good defense and tough shot.
Cameron sends it ahead for Joakim Payne, who's into the game. Payne fires a fastball in rhythm. Whitted. Trey bottoms. Jacoby Whitted from downtown on a great feed by Joakim Payne.
Nice pass. Drew everybody to him on the drive, even though it was a slow drive, and then knocked the shot down.
Whitted, just a freshman. He's got potential out of this world. 28-25 Golden Eagles answering with buckets of their own and a moving screen. Illegal as Caleb Pennyfeather, who's on the all-name team. Pennyfeather doesn't like the call, but it was definitely an illegal screen possession back to the Golden Eagles.
Have you noticed there's not a college basketball player who likes a foul called on him?
It's amazing.
Yeah, none of them.
It's the same in high school, by the way. Yeah, and
Greg,
the pros.
Greg Bibb started that.
Greg Bibb's good for 2 shutouts a game here. As Cameron sends it over into the corner. Here's Payne. Payne bounces it for Jawan Nichols. Nichols spins, the double arrives, he works away, back to Payne. 13 on the clock, Ferguson has it. Ferguson drives and kicks Cameron, couldn't get it cleanly. 8 seconds left for Makai Cameron. Got to make a move. Cameron sends right side, Ferguson bounces to Whitted. He'll trigger the 3 and hits. Jacoby Whitted, back-to-back trays, and the Golden Eagles lead by 6.
Nice to see Jacoby getting really started.
Bayless brings it up here, 31-25. Big answer for the Golden Eagle offense. 5:44 to go in the opening stanza. A drive inside all the way. Bayless turns around, jumper over Payne, and he hits. Tough looking shot again for Braxton Bayless, finding a way.
Just looked too easy. Got him all the way to the basket.
Bayless has 7. It's a 4-point game. 5.5 to go in the first half. Pass right side. Here's Payne. Payne works it over to Whitted. Heat check. Jacoby Whitted can't hit. Nichols with the offensive rebound. Second chance. Nichols clears out. Way too much strength. Jawan Nichols for 2 more.
He just gets better and better, I think.
He's really coming into his own. I mentioned he's been by far the most consistent Golden Eagle in conference play. As now a little dump off ahead. This one grabbed by Pennyfeather. Pennyfeather against Nichols right there, giving him everything he wants. Clater, the 4th, has it now. Another illegal screen. They don't call that one. Clater going to pull up from the free throw line. Can't hit. Long rebound. Payne tips it to himself. Tech with the basketball and a 6-point lead on a run. Led by as many as 9, then trailed briefly again. Now the answer. Payne puts his back into Clater. Now he'll send it over to Nichols. Nichols grabs, gives back to Payne. Thought about the tray, instead dumps it off to Nichols. They got the mismatch. Nichols turns, right-hand shot. 2 more for Jawan Nichols.
Man, I would work that horse all day.
And it's timeout time for Darrell Walker in his 8th season in Little Rock, because the Golden Eagles have reopened up an 8-point lead, and the energy so much better right now for this Golden Eagles team, and they are going to stretch it into a full exceptional bean timeout on the floor. 4:25 to go in the first half. 35-27 our score. You're listening to Tennessee Tech men's basketball on 106.1 The Eagle and the Golden Eagle Sports Network. .425 to go in the first half. It's 35-27. Tennessee Tech with the answer. Game of runs so far. An 8-point advantage for the home team. I'm Noah McKay. That's the Hall of Famer, Frank Harrell. We sure are glad that you're here with us on your Saturday afternoon, wherever you're listening from, either in your car or online. Tech trying to snap a 4-game losing skid They've lost 7 or 8 of their last 9 games, and during that streak, 8 of those losses have been by double digits. But right now, in a pretty good spot. Long way to go, however, as we near the end of the first half. It'll be Little Rock basketball to the timeout called by Darrell Walker.
Well, we told them to make shots. They're doing that on both 2s and 3s. Limit the turnovers, limit them to 4, and get some offensive rebounds. They got 8.
Shooting over 50% from the floor. The Golden Eagles here early on in this game. As a team, they enter shooting 44.1% on the season. That's gone down precipitously during conference play. Here's a drive, right-hand runner up, off the glass and good. Braxton Bayless is the reason that this is a game right now. He has 9 points for Little Rock.
He shot that one over a big guy, too, falling away using the glass.
Payne, Whitted, Nichols, Ferguson, Cameron. 5 on the floor for Tech. It's Cameron who turns into a 3 and hits. Makai Cameron from downtown. Tech ties their largest lead of the game. It's a 9-point advantage. 3:43 to go in the first half. Pass fired over. This one grabbed by Wallace. Now he'll dump it off. Right-hand runner good for Jonathan Lawson. Pretty good defense again, but a nice feed and a better finish. And the press is on here from Little Rock. They forced a ton of turnovers in the first meeting. Jacoby Whitted has it in the front court, fires a fastball to Cameron, puts the shot up.
Oh, almost.
They're going to wave it off and call a charge.
How in the world is that a charge?
They call Makai Cameron for a charge.
I don't understand that one even close to being a charge.
And they say he hooked him around the hip. The official just gave me a little signal, said he hooked him on the way around.
While driving from half court.
Well, he didn't change his mind. It was a very flamboyant call.
Yeah, they could show it to me on replay. Maybe I'd buy it.
Wallace has it. He'll hand off. Lawson, step back. 3 on the way. No. 1 and done. Whitted on the rebound. Here comes Makai Cameron with speed. Cameron activates towards the baseline. Cameron gives to Ferguson. Ferguson, underhand flip to Nichols. Couldn't get it cleanly, but it was tipped by Little Rock, and it'll stay with Tech. Today is Coaches Fight Cancer Day, and of course, Coach Pelfrey, very close there. His nephew and now his wife battling cancer. We keep them in our thoughts and prayers. And
he had an emotional video before the game,
yes,
talking
indeed.
about it.
And this is why they play today. As Owens gives it to Nichols, and he lost handle on it, and that time it wasn't tipped. Just lost it. Goes out of play, and it'll go back. Little Rock basketball. 2:54 to go in the first half, 38-31 Tech. Important final 3 minutes of the frame. This is where the Golden Eagles have struggled at times, late in halves. Now inside-out pass goes to Bayless. Bayless just inside the arc. Tries to back down Owens. Bayless, fade away, may have been partially blocked. Nichols on the rebound, here they come. Cameron over to Owens. Grant Slatton to the table, got an extended breather after tearing it up early in this game. Now Nichols. Gives to Moontu. Moontu hit 2 early threes. Now a reversal to Owens. Touch pass Whitted. Looking for another one. Can't get it. Way too strong. But Moontu has another offensive rebound. Back to Cameron. Long 3. Can't hit. Rebound down. This one grabbed away by Little Rock.
Yep.
Bayless on the board, and now he'll bring it ahead. 2:04 to go in the first. Crosses over. Bayless touches it to himself. Right-hand lay. Tough shot. Braxton Bayless again. That's the kind of shot you take when you're feeling very confident in your game.
Exactly.
Owens ahead to Moontu. 5-point game, and Moontu double dribbled. Went to crossover, hit it with the other hand, and possession back now to Little Rock.
You've had 2 turnovers, 2 missed threes. That leads to bad things usually for Tech.
38-33, 1:47 to go in the first half. Whitted checks out, Nichols checks out, and for the first time in over a game, Danny Pounds into the game. And we'll see.
He's had
Danny
the flu,
can do.
so let's see how much physically he's lost.
This
with that.
flu is nasty that's going around right now. I know you had it, Coach. Glad to see you back in here. It's bad this year.
I'm lucky mine was a milder case, even though I got medicine right away.
Bayless has it here. Oh, dump it ahead. Lawson lines up the 3. Too much space, but he missed it. Rebound down. Owens grabs. 90 seconds to play in the first half. It's a 5-point Golden Eagle lead. Owens.
Tech can use a basket here just to make sure we got a lead going into half.
Sends it over. Makai Cameron. Cameron drives underhand, flips to Danny Pounds. Pounds. Outlet feed to Slatton off the mark, but he's able to grab. 1:10 to go. 8 on the shot clock. Owens loses it again. Bounces Moontu. Got to put it up. 4. Moontu drives, throws it up, blocked, gets it back, chucks it at the buzzer and hits. Brendan Moontu. Why not? Splashes it home, and it's a 7-point lead.
That's the way you draw it up.
Coach Pelfrey just kind of looked at the bench and went, okay. Now a foul is driving right into Owens was Bayless, and that was literally just to do that. Draw a foul call. He got it. It's the 4th team foul on Tech.
Little Rock really has some physical offensive stuff. Not just illegal screens, but getting open, they'll push, they'll shove. Hip there on that foul.
Owens just picked up a second personal as the pass goes out here, grabbed by Nze. Quiet first half for Nze. 10 on the shot clock. Off a screen, little push, play on. Bayless has it, works it right side. Explosive spin, around shot is good for Cam Wallace. 40-35, 22 seconds to go in the first. Owens weaving through traffic. Owens back to Cameron. Tech gonna try and hold for one final shot. Cameron goes to work. Crosses and drives. Cameron into the teeth of the defense, loses handle, 2 seconds. Bayless has it. Bayless chucks it up at the buzzer. This would count, but it's no good. And it brings us to the end of the first half.
Really good first half for Tech.
For the second time in the season series, Tech leads at the half against Little Rock, hoping for a different finish here today in the Eblen Center. We'll step aside when we come back. It'll be the Willow Window halftime show. You're listening to Tennessee Tech men's basketball on 106.1 The Eagle and the Golden Eagle Sports Network. Welcome into the Willow Window halftime show. At the break here in the Hooper Eblen Center, 40-35 our score as Tech leads Little Rock for the second time in as many meetings. In the first meeting, Tech led by 2 at the break, got outscored 51-30 in the second half. Obviously, as we've already seen in the women's game, this is a totally different ball game, but don't want history to repeat itself. As we said right going into the break, Coach, got to feel pretty good right now if you're this coaching staff in that locker room.
And if we could shoot this well, I don't like the late turnovers, 8 turnovers, and most of them were late in the half. That gave Little Rock a chance to cut the lead a little bit by making those turnovers. And Tech, I think, is playing good defense. You have to play good defense because they're really good on offense. We saw in the Little Rock game there where we let up a little bit in the second half, and I can remember 5 straight layups right through the defense, just 5 straight. I counted them. So you can't have that. You got to come out right now. Start it with your defense. I used to have my guys slap the floor some to say this is defense. win it with your defense, and defense starts offense. I do think this team is better if they can get in transition, which we haven't done very much of. So,
as we move through the Willow Window halftime show, when we come back, we'll take a look around the OVC and the top 25 on the scoreboard. We'll have all the first half stats. We'll get thoughts on that first half, preview the second half, and then we'll be back to action here as Tech is looking to snap the 4-game losing skid here at home against Little Rock. 40-35 is your halftime score. We will step aside. You're listening to Tennessee Tech men's basketball on 106.1 The Eagle and the Golden Eagle Sports Network. The Willow Window halftime show rolls on here from the Hooper Eblen Center. 40-35, your halftime score. Tennessee Tech leads Little Rock. Both offenses getting it done early on. Let's take a look around the Ohio Valley Conference scoreboard. Very close one between Morehead State and Lindenwood. That's a battle between the 3 and the 4 right now in the standings. And at Morehead, it is Morehead State 58, Lindenwood 53 with 7:42 to go in the half. UT Martin, they're number 1 in the conference right now, taking on Western Illinois, who is 0-11 in conference play. And UT Martin leads by 16 late in the first half, 34-18. One other game in action, SEMO leads Eastern Illinois, 32-22 at the half. That is good for Tech. Tech needs Eastern to lose. They currently hold the 8th spot, which is the last team into the OVC tournament. Tech sits in 9th, and they are 3 games back of that Eastern Illinois team. So a win for Tech today, a loss for Eastern Illinois. All of a sudden, get a little bit closer to making a climb back up. Obviously, order of business number 1, Frank, is winning this game. Yeah. But watching SEMO, or watching, I should say, Eastern Illinois, SIUE, and Little Rock, see if Tech can catch those teams and get back into contention.
As I said earlier, sometimes you got to say, this is where we are. We're a 9th place team. We got to get to be an 8th place team. Then maybe a 7th and hopefully a 6th. Get ourselves ready for the tournament. You can deny all you want and say have bad, and we've been injured and we've been sick, but this is what we are. So now, accept that and move from there. But hey, if we continue to shoot well, if we limit them turnovers a little better, keep playing defense, we can win this game. We can't afford to go 29% from the field and 2 for 11 from the 3 against this team, because they're going to find a way to score because they're that good a team.
Let's go to the top 25 games in action, a couple of them right now. 24th ranked Miami out of Ohio leads Northern Illinois 56-53 in the middle of the second half. Miami of Ohio is 21-0. Top 25 matchup, Kansas and BYU. It is 14th ranked Kansas up by 15 over 13th ranked BYU, 34-19. Duke beat Virginia Tech 72-58. Houston knocked off Cincinnati 76-54. 11th ranked Texas Tech goes down today in Orlando against UCF 88-80. Clemson beat Pitt 63-52. 17th ranked Virginia beat Boston College 73-66. Number 1 ranked undefeated Arizona 22-0 beat their rival Arizona State 87-74. 16th ranked North Carolina beat Georgia Tech 91-75. 20th ranked Louisville beat SMU 88-44. Later on tonight, 18th ranked Vanderbilt is going to lose to Ole Miss Tennessee at Auburn later on this evening. Supposed to be a lot of snow down there in Auburn, Alabama today. 7.5 minutes to go here in the Willow Window halftime show. When we come back, we'll take a look at first half stats. There's some very interesting ones to get into, and we'll set the stage for the second half. You're listening to Tennessee Tech Basketball on 106.1 The Eagle and the Golden Eagle Sports Network. Willow Window halftime show rolls on here from the Hooper Eblen Center. Tennessee Tech leads Little Rock 40-35. First half stats from this one. Jawan Nichols continues his impressive play. 10 points and 5 rebounds in that first half. Makai Cameron had 8 points, including 2 threes. So did Brandon Moon, too, as he tallied 8 points with 3 rebounds. Ty Owens had 3. Grant Slatton was really the spark early in this game. He had 5 points. Joakim Payne added 3 assists, and Jacoby Whitted hit a couple of threes for 6 total points. On the other side, 11 points for Braxton Bayless. He really kept him in the game for the Trojans. Jonathan Lawless, who is one of the best players in the conference, held to just 5 points. He was 2 of 5 from the field, 1 of 4 from long range. Lawson has a season high of 33 points. He had a huge performance in the first meeting against Tech. He led all scorers with 20 points. Four Trojans, by the way, had double figures in that game. Elsewhere, Cameron Wallace had 8 points. 2 for Truman Clater, the fourth, 5 for Kachi Inze. And Tuntach Gatkek had 4. As a team, maybe the most lopsided stat, and you're going to love this if you're a Tech fan, if you're that coaching staff, 19 rebounds to 7. There were 7 total rebounds in the first half for Little Rock. Tech had 9 offensive rebounds in the first half.
And that is such a big improvement over a year ago. So, again, this has been a really well-played half against a good team. We've shot the ball well. We've limited our turnovers, even though we had a bunch right there at the end of the half. Got to keep playing defense now. If we can keep Lawson down, not let him go off, that would be huge.
Another thing I thought was really important there, Coach. Tech had that run. They took a 9-point lead. Little Rock answered. They got a 2-point lead. We've seen those scoreless droughts be very long at times for Tech. It was not long today. They got out of it in a hurry, went on a run of their own. That's been the one thing kind of missing. You're going to have these ebbs and flows, but it can't last 8 minutes. It's got to be 2 or 3.
One thing I like is they're getting their threes off their offense, not just a dribble, and shoot one. So they're getting the ball inside out, or they're getting good penetration, then kicking it for the 3. Sometimes they've hurt the shooters because it doesn't come here in the chest. It comes out where I have to reach for it and take my rhythm off. But if they can keep doing that, now sometimes Tech will start trying to do things on their own. Each player starts trying to score, especially when if the other team's on a run, you don't answer it by trying to play individual basketball. You answer it by believing in your team and getting back in your team offense.
Don't forget that first meeting. It was a dominant second half for Little Rock. They went into that kind of weird zone. They didn't really show it. They did a little trap in that first half. We didn't see the same zone we saw. They deployed it in the second half, the first meeting. You got to expect probably going to go to that here early on in the second.
And they really hurt us in that trap. So hopefully we're prepared for that full court trap off a free throw. If they go to that 1-3-1, which they did before and trap some, you got to make those corner shots or you got to get the ball in the middle. You can't dribble against that a lot. You got to move it, take care, and you can't soft passes. If you get double time, you got to go up and down and make sure you make a good, strong pass to the open guy.
Second half action on the other side. Tennessee Tech leads Little Rock by 5, trying to end the 4-game skid. You're listening to Tennessee Tech men's basketball on 106.1 The Eagle and the Golden Eagle Sports Network. Welcome back as we are set for second half action here in the Hooper Eblen Center. Tennessee Tech leads Little Rock 40-35. Noah McKay, joined by the Hall of Famer Frank Harrell here on Media Row. Happy to be along with you. It's a busy Media Row today. Everybody's here on a Saturday afternoon. One thing for sure, Frank, we're always here.
Yeah, amen. And I love being here. I mean, I love Tech basketball. I enjoy working with some of you guys.
Absolutely.
I mean, I didn't know you till this year, and it was a good effort. And when we started working radio on the road and football, I've gained a real appreciation for you. And that official just turned around and winked at me. I don't think he was flirting with me. So I hope he's saying,
man, don't sell yourself short now, Frank. It's 2026, you know. That's we will do our shameless plug of the day as we always do. Coming up, I'll be in Eagleville later on tonight. We got the top 2 high school boys single A teams in the state. Pickett County Eagleville on UCR. You can tune in to that. But here we got 20 minutes to go, 40-35. But if you're a law enforcement officer between here and Eagleville, don't worry about the Silverado. Just let me go, all right?
He deserves to be let go.
Grant Slatton's
I'm going to listen to you in my recliner with my feet propped
There we
up.
go. Enjoy it, my friend, as Ty Owens brings it up. I'm going to shout out my wife real quick. She's going down there to run that broadcast. She does an unbelievable job as Makai Cameron fires a pass. It's tipped and intercepted. Not the start you want. Bayless on the steal, drives. Cameron goes back and commits the foul. He'll force him to earn it. Braxton Bayless goes to the line for 2.
And that's the throw. He got double teamed, and he didn't even look to see where the other team was. He just threw it because that guy was coming there. They got a third guy rotating up. Ball fake and get it down to the open spot.
And that's what we saw in that first meeting in the second half. A lot of turnovers for Tech. Want to avoid that here is Braxton Bayless, who leads them in scoring, connects on the first free throw. This season, Bayless shoots 64% at the line.
One of the things I don't like about this team is they let their offense create their defense. When they're really playing good offense, we're a good defensive team. If we're not putting good offense, we seem to let up a little bit.
Bayless goes 2 for 2. He's really playing well. Had 13 points and 5 boards at TSU in that loss. They've also lost 2 in a row, has Little Rock, and now Owens struggling to get it in. At the last moment, gets Moon to, and now Owens will bring it up. Owens contorts and bounces it over to Makai Cameron from the wing. Cameron sends over to Owens. Owens working it right side. Flashing off a screen is Juwan Nichols. He'll reverse out a tip pass. Cameron has it. 10 to shoot for the Golden Eagles. Cameron, double team arrives again, tries to step through, finds Nichols. 4 to shoot. Got to go. Nichols, 1 second, and it's a shot clock violation. Moon 2 didn't get the shot away in time, and it's 0 for 2 possessions as Tech struggling with the trap.
And I'm going to say again, the Tech bench should have been up counting it down. That's what you're supposed to do.
19-12 to go in the second half. It's 40-37, just underway here in the second stanza. Bayless. Owens right there in his pocket. Tech could really use a stop. Inze working on Slatton. Now fires it over to Bayless on the wing. 10 to shoot now for the Trojans. Off a screen is Jonathan Lawson. Lawson checks up to the shot clock. Now dumps out Gatkek. 4 to shoot. Gatkek drives inside, gets to the spot, puts it up, can't finish. Slatton with a physical rebound, and here comes Tech the other way.
And got fouled bad on the rebound.
No doubt. Owens, little hezzy, drives inside. Ty Owens, underhand flip to Nichols, double clutches and puts it through.
Good pass at the end by Owens there.
Jawan Nichols continues his dominant play. 42-37, Tech in front by 5 again. Bayless sends it over to Wallace. Wallace now surveys the floor with 15 on the shot clock. He'll hand off to Lawson. Now dumps it back to Wallace. Little give and go. Shot fake, and he puts it in for 2.
Stayed too long when they double. When they double, they stayed too long.
18 minutes to go in the ball game. A 3-point lead. Grant Slatton in rhythm. Transition 3. Nothing but net. Grant Slatton again from downtown.
That's the way to beat a press.
Second triple of the night for the pride of White County High School. 17:42 to go in the ball game. Right side. Little handoff. Lawson. Cameron's got a hold of his jersey. Lawson bounces it to Wallace. Wallace against Nichols. Right on the elbow. He spins inside. Got away with a travel and missed the shot. Nichols on the rebound. Here they come. Owens with it now. Owens to Moontu. Extra feed. Cameron. Open 3. Couldn't get it to go. Would have been a big one. Instead, here come the Trojans. Bayless now in transition. He's weaving through traffic. Bayless goes right into Moontu. Can't finish. Nichols tipped the rebound to Moontu, who's out of bounds, so it'll stay with the Trojans. And here comes Big Danny Pounds, going to spell Jawan Nichols. Tech is in desperate need of a victory. The women were. They got it done by 25. The men lead by 6 with 17-12 to go. Lawson to inbound from the baseline. Sends it in. This one grabbed by Inze. Now Lawson got free in the mid-range. Skies up but can't hit. Pounds goes way up to pluck the rebound.
That's where Pounds can help him. He's a physical factor.
Owens ahead here for Tech. Owens sends it over to Danny Pounds. Pounds jabs, goes to work. Pounds clears out, reversal. Slatton in rhythm, corner 3. Can't go. Rebound down. Pounds has the offensive board. Danny surveys. Tries to get it out to Cameron. The trap is there. Pounds able to hop it to Owens. Owens over the shoulder. Moontu lines up the 3. You bet. Brandon Moontu for the 3rd time, and it's a 9-point lead.
Love what Pounds did. He never tried to do too much. He kept it in control. He found the open man.
Bayless ahead. Tech has tied its largest lead of the game again, up by 9. Have not gotten to double digits yet. Is now the time. Here's Pennyfeather. He'll give off Bayless on the drive. Bayless throws it up off the side of the backboard. No. Slatton defensively. Pounds on the run out to Cameron. He lines up the 3. Bang! Makai Cameron from downtown. A 12-point Golden Eagle lead. Bayless brings it up. It's 51-39 with 15:50 to go, and it's timeout time for Darrell Walker. The Golden Eagles with a ferocious start to the second half.
Great defense, good passing on offense, knocking open shots down.
It will be an exceptional being. Full timeout on the floor. 15:48 to go. Golden Eagles 51, Trojans 39. This is Golden Eagle men's basketball on 106.1 The Eagle and the Golden Eagle Sports Network. 15:48 to go in the ball game. Tennessee Tech 51, Little Rock 39. Frank Harrell, how about 10 for 22 from long range for Tech? 3 for Makai Cameron, 3 for Brandon Moon, 2 for Grant Slatton, 2 for Jacoby Whitted, and the Golden Eagles have their largest lead of the game, ahead by 12.
And what's even more impressive to me is they've held Little Rock to 1 for 6 this second half.
And they'll send it ahead. Now a dump off into the low block. Little Rock basketball out of the timeout called by Darrell Walker. His 8th season at the helm there in Arkansas. Here's a drive inside. Shot blocked from behind by Danny Pounds. Grant Slatton on the run out. Now it's a foot race. Him and Bayless, forget about it. Right hand lay for Grant Slatton.
Great move by Slatton to shoot the layup and not try to dunk it with the guy behind him.
14-point lead for the Golden Eagles of Tennessee Tech. They've opened it up on another run. An 11-0 run in the last 2:33. Gatkick fakes the handoff. Now dumps it inside. That is a great play. Pennyfeather went all the way around after the fake handoff and dunked it home. Run ends for now. 53-41, under 15 minutes to play.
Now they're in their 1-2-2 where they'll trap if it gets in certain spots.
Makai Cameron back to Ty Owens. Owens picks up his dribble over to Cameron. Cameron weaves through traffic. Kicks into the corner, Moon 2. 8 to shoot for Brandon Moon 2. They leave him space. He'll trigger, and he'll connect. Brandon Moon 2 with another one from downtown. 15-point Golden Eagle lead. Brandon Moon 2 mentioned he hadn't hit multiple threes in 5 games. He's one of the best three-point shooters in the conference. And an offensive foul on Thune-Tech Gatkick as he pushed off on the grab and possession back to the Golden Eagles. And my goodness, Darrell Walker just got teed up. I wondered if it was coming. He screamed right into the face of the official, and he got stuck for it. It's going to be an exceptional bean timeout on the floor, but it's also going to come with 2 free throws and the ball on the other side for the Golden Eagles. He's fortunate he didn't get more than that.
Yeah, with Darrell, he got first whistle, he was going to get an official warning. And then he said right back, and he got the tee. Now, if he keeps on.
And they are going to look at this as well. On that offensive foul, the elbow got extended. So we will step aside on the exceptional bean timeout on the floor. You're listening to Tennessee Tech men's basketball, 106.1 The Eagle on the Golden Eagle Sports Network. A 14-2 run for the Golden Eagles of Tennessee Tech. They lead over Little Rock 56-41. And they had a review, so we will see as Frank went over to check what they've said. There was a foul called on the offensive side for an elbow thrown. Then there was a technical foul assessed to Little Rock. And so now the official's having a word with the ESPN Plus desk. Frank has gone over, so he's going to report what they've said. It is going to be Tennessee Tech ball after the free throws. And it is a common foul over here, so we heard that. The technical free throws will be shot, and then it'll be Tennessee Tech basketball. Brandon Muntu going to shoot these, and he connects on the first. Muntu, an 88.2% free throw shooter.
And I like what he said. He said, we called it a common foul, and I went to report it, and as I reported it, I had to give a technical foul to the coach.
Muntu goes 2 for 2 at the line, and this is turning into something right now, Frank. 58-41, Tech ahead by 17 with the basketball, they need some separation now. Let's go.
Yeah. I don't think the official should have gone over to Walker just then. Walker was mad enough at him. Why go bait him?
Right.
Just let him be.
Well, as the Golden Eagle Sports Network, go bait him all he wants. Get him thrown out of here. Yeah. As Owen's going to bring it up, he'll work it over. Cameron, now to Slatton. Slatton activates down the baseline. Little no-look feed to Ty Owens on the way. 14-12 to go in the ball game. Tech leads by 17. A huge run, 16-2. This has been what's been happening to Tech the past few weeks, but now a turnover as Owens threw it into the trap. And here they come ahead. Lawson, left wing three. Quick trigger, can't hit. Rebound down. Gat kick has it. He reverses back out Bayless. He'll touch it over to Lawless. That one ricochets. Here's Cameron. 3-on-0. Makai Cameron, what you want to do? Easy finger roll in for the lay.
Get the 2 points. That's what counts.
The crowd wanted something to cheer about. Cameron said, just cheer about this layup. 60-41. Tech ahead by 19. Lawson dumps it over his shoulder. 3 ball on the way. No answer again. Cameron on the rebound. Here they come again. Cameron trapped as soon as he enters the half court. Gives off to Slatton. Slatton skips it across to Muntu. Now back to Owens. Owens says, let's wait. 13-20 to go. Here comes the trap. Owens spins away. Now bounces it over to Cameron. Wide open. Mid-range jumper. Good. A 21-point Golden Eagle lead.
That's the way to handle that trap.
Bayless works off a screen, drives inside. Bayless swiped out a play. It was last touched by Ty Owens. He argued for the ricochet, doesn't get it. Truman Clater checking in here for Little Rock. 13:02 to go.
How quick today's players can be a referee.
Doesn't matter what happened. You just point.
Yeah.
Automatically point.
Yeah. Ooh.
Little chippiness.
Grant just got pushed in the face.
Yeah, Slatton and Wallace going at it. Wallace has the inbound, gives over to Gatkick. Pounds gets right up into his grill. Tech playing very physically on the defensive end. Now Clater with it. Clater floats back. He's going to trigger a contested 3. Tough shot, and he hits. Truman Clater the fourth with the answer for Little Rock, back to an 18-point game.
Handle the pressure.
Owens sends it over to Cameron. Cameron now inside. He's fouled on the way up.
Now that's one I would go look at.
That was pretty egregious. Makai Cameron's not happy about it at all.
He got him right in the face.
He was barking at the official, and they'll pull him off the floor. They're going to get the foul called on John Lawson, and they're going to take a look at this for a potential flagrant action here. We mentioned it's been getting pretty chippy.
Yep. And
so they're going to take a look at this.
And there's no doubt in my mind that was, I don't think it was an intentional, but it was aggressive into his face.
And it's why they have the flagrant 1 option. And so they will take a look at this here on the floor. 12:31 to go in the ball game. Right now, Frank, this is what we've been waiting for, a run for Tech that's been more sustained, that they have it, and now it's about continuing the onslaught that they have.
Keep making those shots. Now, they've handled the press except for the first 2 times. They've scored off the press. That's the best way to run somebody out of a press is to get it through them and get a basket. But again, what they're doing defensively is pretty special too.
20-5 run over the last 5 minutes and 28 seconds. Tech has hit their last 6 field goals, and the shooting percentage is reflected in that. They're shooting 60% in this game, only taking 3 free throws. They're 3 for 3. They're making 47% of their threes so far, 11 triples. Little Rock's not shooting poorly. They're 47% from the field, but it's been an avalanche. And then here's the big reason why they've been able to. Rebounding, 26-10. Little Rock has 1 rebound in the second half so far.
Grant Slatton, where I said they'd come after him a while ago. And I think I know either.
And they are going to upgrade that to a the defender went over the shoulder, rips the ball, and then pulls back. And so I think they're going to call it a common foul. So not a flagrant, common foul on the floor. 12:31 to go in the ball game.
He said it was a basketball play because he was reaching over his head.
I don't know if I've ever seen an official go into that much detail.
No.
With the media.
Yep.
Usually it's,
Yep.
couple of common foul basketball play. He gives you the full definition, which I appreciate as a media guy. As a broadcaster, that helps. As Makai Cameron splashes them both in, and it's a 20-point game again. Pass ahead. Here's Gatkick. Gatkick guarded by Slatton. Now he'll send it over Bayless.
He just walked 4 steps, 5, 6 steps, 7 steps.
He started inside the women's arc. He ended beyond the men's arc. Here's a back down drive.
There was a hook.
Fade away. Good. Tough shot. Truman Claytor, the fourth, has come in and scored 5 straight points for Little Rock. 12 minutes to play.
Get it to the man in the middle over there. There you go.
The press is on as Owens gets on the feed from Cameron. Owens bounces it ahead to Moontu. Now numbers. Moontu. Pass fake. Left hand leg connects. Brandon Moontu is having himself a game.
Again, beat that press by scoring on it.
Brandon Moontu has 18 points, and Tech's made their last 7 shots. Inside Gatkick on a nice feed. He puts it in with a quick answer for Little Rock. Back to an 18-point game. In 2026 men's college basketball, 18 is not safe. Ty Owens has it. Owens crosses over. Got fouled, play on. Owens drives, has it swiped away out of midair by Claytor. Here comes Truman Claytor on the turnover.
Poor play then.
Bayless floats back over to Claytor. 11:15 to go, 66-48. Claytor crossing over, drives on Pounds, gets to the spot, right-hand shot, my goodness. Incredibly tough shot, goes through, and it's a 16-point game. Be careful here. Slatton and Owens go back and forth. He'll toss it ahead to Moontu in the front court. Moontu gives back to Owens.
Watch this corner, stay out of the corner.
Now ahead, Pounds. Pounds, little head fake couple of times. Pounds on the drive. Danny Pounds, strong take, can't finish, but he's fouled. Danny Pounds will go to the line to shoot 2 on the other side of this exceptional beam. Timeout on the floor. 10:44 to play in regulation. Tennessee Tech 66, Little Rock 50. This is Tennessee Tech men's basketball on 106.1 The Eagle and the Golden Eagle Sports Network. .10:44 to go in the ball game. Tennessee Tech leads Little Rock 66-50. Joakim Payne went to the table. He's about to check in. Out of this timeout, there'll be 2 free throws for Big Danny Pounds, the old Dominion transfer, working his way back from an illness. Tech right now maintaining this 16-point lead, but a couple of good offensive possessions anchored by Truman Claytor, the fourth for Little Rock, have them hovering around, keeping this thing interesting. Next 3 or 4 minutes going to be really critical for Tech to try to maintain and separate.
Absolutely. You can't let it get to within 8 or 10 points with 7, 8 minutes to go.
Rebounding advantage still lopsided. 26 for Tech to just 10 for Little Rock. The same amount of total rebounds that Little Rock has is how many Tech offensive rebounds. 10 to 10 in that category. 4 different Golden Eagles already in double figures, Frank.
On that last possession, Owens was telling Pounds, go, 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 beat him, drive. And I think Pounds is being very careful not to try to do too much.
Pounds in those pink shoes. Sets up. I like him. Flies away and hits. And at his size, his ability to shoot free throw is really impressive. He's 9th in the conference in free throw percentage, just a hair under 80%. And that doesn't always happen for a 6'8" forward. And he's 2 for 2 as he rattles them both home. It's 68-50, 10:44 to play. And Tech going to go into their full court press. See if they can slow this or extend this game a little bit and slow them down getting into the front court. They don't that time, though, is bringing it up with ease is Tracy Steele Jr., another Xavier transfer. Here's Gatkek. Gatkek surveys the floor. He'll work it over left side. This one grabbed by Clater. Clater throws it to Gatkek. It's intercepted. Slatton tipped it, went right to Danny Pounds. Pounds now like a freight train. Fires a fastball. Payne somehow keeps it in. Payne back to Pounds underneath the hoop. Clear out. Pounds, right-hand shot, no. Got his own rebound. Danny Pounds puts it back up. Too strong, rebound down. That was a physical good play for Pounds. Didn't get the finish.
Yep, needed to go in.
Now a drive for Lawson. Jonathan Lawson's been held in check, but he gets to the spot and cuts it to a 16-point game. Now Joakim Payne weaving through traffic against the pressure. Tech getting sped up a little bit. Moontu drives all the way inside. Left-hand lay, good. Brandon Moontu has 20.
Get back and play some defense.
Moontu is 7 of 10 from the floor today. He's got 4 triples to go along with 3 field goals.
Slatton just got hammered in the face again.
And Gatkek went right around him and put it in. Slatton trying to stretch out his jaw. 70-54, 9.5 to play. Little Rock knows they need a run to start. Here comes Moontu. He'll bounce it over to Pounds. Give and go, Moontu, and that was a goaltend. Got pinned off the backboard after it hit. Count 2 more for Brandon Moontu, who has 22.
Great pass by Danny.
Coach Pelfrey and Grant Slatton just had an interesting discussion.
Yeah.
Slatton said, I got it, and Coach Pelfrey said, you good? Grant Slatton said, I'm good.
Yeah. First he was getting on to him. He said, Coach, you hit me in the head. He said, are you good? Yeah, I'm good.
And then he looked at the rest of his team and said, we need to stop. Tech ahead by 18 with 9:15 to play. Here's Braxton Bayless. He was explosive in the first half. Hasn't done much here in the second so far.
If you could get 5 or 6 stops in a row, that'd make a big difference in this. But they're scoring pretty much at will the last 4 times.
Bayless has it here. Clock is ticking. 1 to shoot. Turnaround jumper. I don't think he got it away in time. They'll count it for now. See if they review it. Doesn't look like they're going to. 72-56. Nobody signaled for it to be looked at. Very close to the end of the shot clock, but he got it to go. Payne has it now. Now it's knocked out of play. I'm not sure if that was touched. And Little Rock may burn their challenge on this. The officials are going to discuss. Payne, I think, just lost handle on it. It was pretty close to us, Coach. He spun around.
Yeah.
The officials are talking about it, and it's going to go to Little Rock. And that's unfortunately the correct call.
I think so, too. And Payne, like I said, I'm not sure I like this against the zone. He was coming backwards away from it instead of attacking somewhere.
8:42 to go in the ball game. All of a sudden, a 16-point game and the ball for Little Rock. In 2026, 16 is the new 6. It is not a safe lead at all.
Yeah, especially they've scored pretty well easily right lately.
Wallace
stops here.
He'll hand off to Steele. Steele over to Bayless. Now back. Hand off. There's Lawson. Blocked. Went for the 3, and Danny Pounds got his hand on it and knocks it out of play over the media table.
And the cheerleader coach comes to save the day.
There we go. 8.5 to go in the ball game. 72-56 still. 8 on the shot clock here for Little Rock. Inbound Lawson tries to go on Ferguson. Drives inside. Just shoulders his way in. That was swiped out of play. They give it to Little Rock. I thought that one last went off Lawson on his way out of bounds.
I also thought it was an offensive foul. Just forced him in there.
That's the same official who just clearly missed the other call on the other side of who it was last touched by. Baseline inbound coming. That one fired into the corner. 3 to shoot. Just chucked up. Wallace wildly. No, didn't hit the backboard. It's a shot clock violation and possession back to the Golden Eagles.
Handle this press now.
72-56. Golden Eagles looking for a bounce-back win. That would be their third conference victory of the season. Eastern Illinois was down big at the break. That's the team that sits in the 8th spot, which is the last team that gets to go to the OVC tournament with 10 games to go, including today.
This lineup needs to get something done.
Moon 2. The trap is ratcheting up, and we're going to have a timeout called by Tennessee Tech, as Moon 2 knew he was in all sorts of trouble and didn't have any outlet.
Outlet was on the other end, dunking it.
It's an exceptional bean timeout on the floor, and they will stretch it into a full timeout. We'll step aside. 8:19 to go. It's 72-56. Golden Eagles with the lead. You're listening to Tennessee Tech men's basketball on 106.1 The Eagle and the Golden Eagle Sports Network. $8:19 to go in regulation. It's the Golden Eagles 72, Little Rock 56. Tech is led by as many as 21. That's a 16-point game right now to be Golden Eagle basketball. Noah McKay joined by the Hall of Famer Frank Harrell. 22 points from Brandon Moon, too. He's been great in this game. 17 as well for Makai Cameron. Jawan Nichols has 12, but we haven't seen Jawan much in this second half. 10 for Grant Slatton, as 4 different Golden Eagles are in double figures. And Tech maintains a 16-point lead. Little Rock really ratcheting up the intensity of their full court pressure. And they're going to come over and have a word. They were looked at something. And it may have been that shot clock violation. And I was right. The rare time where I am right, Frank Harrell.
Exactly.
That shot did not go off in time on the shot clock. So take 2 off the board for Little Rock. And a 16-point lead is about to be an 18-point lead for the Golden Eagles.
But they hadn't taken it off the scoreboard yet.
They're working on it now. They just talked over there to the scoreboard operator. And now the great Jason Greider is being informed. He's the PA announcer. So wipe it off the board. It's an 18-point lead. I thought so. I missed them calling for the review, but they did. And they can go look at that, the next dead ball. Here's Brandon Moon, too, breaking the pressure. Over to Ferguson. Shot fake from Malik Ferguson. Back to Ty Owens. And Tech's trying to shorten this game. They're bringing it back out. Work it over to Danny Pounds, 11 on the shot clock. Pounds, back to Owens. 8 to shoot. Owens gonna flip it over. Turnaround jumper. Long shot off the top of the backboard. No good for Danny Pounds. And they turn 29 seconds but leave empty-handed. It'll go back to Little Rock.
Yeah, tough pass and catch then. He knew the clock was going down. Waited too long on it.
And Jawan Nichols is going to check in for Danny Pounds, and that's a tough spot. He has to turn around and shoot it because no time on the shot clock. But
and Danny made a difference that time when he was in there. Now, you got a couple of people in here, Wittig and that got to make some offensive stuff too and not make a mistake.
Lawson has it here. Lawson throws it over his shoulder. Gatkick couldn't get it cleanly, but it ends up with his teammate Nze. Now Gatkick drives, has it swiped again. This time Ferguson on the steal, and here he goes. Foot race. Ferguson drives. Left-hand lay won't go. Rebound punched out of play. And last touch by Nichols. So it'll go back to the Trojans of Little Rock.
I don't know what Ferguson's saying there. It was a tough shot with two people on it.
Yeah, that wasn't a foul. So Makai Cameron will check in. Actually, it ended up being closer than I thought it was going to be when he shot it in there. Pass floated over Gatkick. He's trying to get Juwan Nichols off of him. Tech is just getting a hand on everybody when they hand the basketball. Gatkick tosses over to Bayless. Double screen for Bayless to the elbow. He'll pull up. Tough shot, and he hits. Braxton Bayless is a good player, and he cuts it back to 72-56. And now we will have a foul called on Jonathan Lawson. And it's the third on Lawson, who just has 7 points. He's 3 for 10 from the field, 1 of 6 from long range.
Got to handle this press.
16-point Golden Eagle lead, 7:08 to go in the ball game. Brandon Moontu has it. Fades away and gets it to Makai Cameron into the front court. Cameron over to Owens. Owens with room, back to Moontu. Moontu resets, and they are absolutely taking the shot clock down. Moontu had a chance at a shot. Nope, they're going to bleed it. But Tech needs a win. You got to do what you got to do.
Still got to get a good shot here.
Into Juwan Nichols. 8 to shoot. Nichols with an errant pass, and it will not be a backcourt violation because Bayless went to grab it, but then they're going to call Brandon Moontu for a foul as he went after that basketball. And that is just the second team foul against Tech to 5 that have been called on Little Rock.
Well, that pass out would have been good, but he threw too much on it and got it over half court.
Grant Slatton, Danny Pounds to the table, checking in for Jacoby Whitted and Juwan Nichols. I'm not sure if Nichols is hobbled, but he doesn't have that same energy level we've seen him have.
Yeah. And you hope it's not that he sat there a long time and thinking about it. Play defense down here now.
Now Pounds, fresh into the game. He tips it, goes right back to Lawson. Lawson drives on Cameron, goes up strong, can't finish, but a foul is called.
That is an unfair foul. All he did was play defense, stayed on the ground, had his hands up. Lawson's jumping into him.
Lawson goes to the line. He's an 83% free throw shooter. He's 4th in the conference in that department. This is his first trip to the stripe tonight. Makai Cameron just picked up his 3rd personal. And Lawson, you're welcome for the announcer jinx. He missed it. Tech still leads by 16 with 6:35 to go in regulation.
Now it's important to beat the press here again. No turnover here.
Next one for Lawson. Connects, 1 for 2, a 15-point game. This is a pivotal next 90 seconds or so. Get a couple of buckets and finish this. Slatton runs the baseline brilliantly, gets it to Cameron, 2-on-1. Cameron was thinking about the alley-oop. He lost handle, now gathers in the corner. Back into Pounds. Pounds fires it to Slatton, and he'll reset it with a skip pass to Moontu. They'll bleed the clock again. Back to Owens.
A basket sure would be good at the end of this thing.
13 on the shot clock. Ty Owens drives. High off the glass, no. Pounds has the rebound. It did not hit the shot clock. 7 to shoot. Pounds drives inside. Misses the shot. Rebound down. Here comes Bayless. Big opportunity for the Trojans. Over to Lawless. He drives baseline. Lawless underneath lay is good. Watch out. 13-point game with 6 minutes to go.
Yep.
Slatton ahead. There are black jerseys everywhere when somebody catches a basketball. Cameron able to get it away over to Slatton. Now back to Owens. Coach Walker is past midcourt, calling for a trap. Owens weaves around. Back to Cameron. Open tray. On the way. Can't hit. Slatton with the offensive rebound. Gives back to Moontu. Second chance, and now we've got a tie-up and a foul. Both Danny Pounds and Clater got tied up in there, and Danny Pounds is really unhappy.
And players are taking good care of Danny.
Oh, my goodness. Coach Pelfrey comes out to get him off the floor. Grant Slatton, a little leadership there as he escorts him off.
Even though he got fouled hard.
And it just got chippy in a hurry, and this is no doubt going to result in a trip to the monitor as they were tied up. It was Clater and Pounds, and they were hooked up, went to the ground, and they will clear the floor, and the officials are going to get together here as it got real intense real quick.
I didn't see anything at all on that play. I was looking over here, and I looked back, and they're on the floor, and the official did a good job jumping on down with both of them. They didn't call a foul on either one.
And they went straight to the monitor.
Yeah.
They did call a foul. He did call a foul, and he came in pointing at Clater.
Okay,
so it would be a foul for now. But
you can't overrule a foul.
We'll see what they come in with because they may come back with flagrants each way, hook and holds. They can do all sorts of stuff here.
And I'm going to go down and listen to them.
And we're seeing it up top now as Clater. Oh, yeah. Clater just hit Danny Pounds in the face.
That should be out of the ball game.
He should be ejected.
He should be ejected.
And Danny Pounds kind of went behind him trying to clear him out, and Clater clocked him right in the back of the head. This should be an ejection. Now, the one problem Danny Pounds is going to have here, Coach, is he swings that arm back.
He's pushing off, yeah.
When he swings that arm back right there, they both may end up with some.
One you could call a flagrant one, but the other is an ejection.
Clater nearly punched at Danny Pounds in the back of the head. Now, Pounds kind of swings his arm back. It gets up high, and now they're going to talk about it. The only thing that won't.
I thought Danny was putting his arm up in a basketball play.
The only thing that won't surprise me here, would surprise me here, is if nothing happens.
Yep.
This could very much be an ejection, at least for Clater.
Should be an ejection. You can't hit a guy in the face, even if you thought you got elbowed high.
And in a lot of ways, hitting a guy in the back of the head is way worse than hitting a guy in his face. A total blind shot and a pretty
and there's a lot
ugly
of basketball
play.
to be going. Tech has got to score some. They haven't scored in a while. They can't just keep using the clock. It's not enough time.
That was an ugly play,
yeah.
Coach, to be honest with you.
It was ugly.
And now he's going to run over while they explain what they've got here. And we will wait and see. I'll do my best lip-reading impression. So both of them are going to pick up a foul. Danny Pounds and Clater are each going to pick up a foul. So we'll see what they've got here. Looks like it's going to be a double foul. No ejections, though, which we thought very much could be warranted.
Now, that is absolutely ridiculous. I could see them calling a foul, but they're calling it a double foul, letting everything else go. Nothing flagrant about hitting him in the back of the head.
So no flagrants, just a double foul is the call here.
And I asked him, no double foul on that one? He kind of snickered at me, and I said, should have been, and I walked away. He knows I'm an ex-coach, so he probably know I saw it.
So the end result is the fourth team foul against Tech, the sixth team foul against Little Rock. 5:38 to go in the ball game. It's 72-59, and it'll be a baseline inbound for the Golden Eagles. That was fun. And Danny Pounds is checked out of the game, and that's probably a wise decision. Clater going to be left in there by Coach Walker.
So Big Nichols needs to make a play here.
Owens surveys, running out of time, fires it into Slatton at the last possible second. Grant Slatton contorts with the left hand but couldn't finish. Nichols got the rebound. Nichols has it swiped away, and it's a turnover. 13-point game in the basketball to Little Rock. Bounce pass ahead, Gatkick. Gatkick jabs and kicks out into the corner. Now they'll work it back out, top of the circle for Steele. Steele, little pass fake, goes to Bayless. Lines up the three, and he hits. Braxton Bayless, and a 21-point lead is down to 10 for the Golden Eagles, and the danger light is on right now for Tech as Moontu has it against the press. He'll give back to Owens. Owens to Moontu ahead. Back to Ty Owens. Tech made the decision to kind of break their own rhythm and try to drain this clock as a foul will be called for a hold. Clater involved again. That seems to be a common refrain right now.
Tech hadn't scored. They stayed on 72 since how long back?
It is 0 points in the last 3 minutes and 42 seconds. Juwan Nichols could change that as Tech is now into the 1-and-1. He will go to the line to shoot it, trying to earn a second. Nichols a 60% free throw shooter on the season. And he hits. Nothing but net on the first. Tech back in front by 11.
So this is where I think a Tech crowd could help the team. I used to tell them, get up, get up. Coach Worrell used to tell them, get up, get up.
It's actually not a bad crowd today. It's
especially
on
with
a
the
Saturday.
weather.
As the second free throw is good. 2 for 2 for Juwan Nichols. Danny Pounds got a quick breather to kind of clear his head. Now he's back out there. He's been playing well. 74-62.
Not a big defensive possession here. Get a stop.
How about Coach Pelfrey? I don't care, just play, is what he just yelled out. Little Rock lets it roll. Under 5 minutes to go. Now a drive all the way. Bayless goes coast to coast. Waits, puts it up and in. Braxton Bayless has been out of this world in this basketball game. And now Ty Owens needs an inbound somewhere. He bounces it in and went right to Clater. Just gave it away. Clater behind the back lays it in for 2 more. And John Pelfrey wisely is going to call a timeout. I mean, just threw it to the other team.
Yep, you'd rather have the 5-second call rather than hoping something good happens. It'll give the 5 second and at least set your defense up.
It'll be an exceptional bean timeout on the floor, a 30-second timeout. And you can't help human nature right now, Frank, is to feel a little bit uneasy.
It is, but now you got to just take care of the ball. We were beating the press and getting a layup. That's what we need to do again, get the ball and get a layup. We can't come down with no time and just throwing a shot up. We've got to try to score. We can start it with 15 seconds if you want to use 15. We can't use
They've been going with 8. They've been going with about 8.
Yeah.
And they were up 21, and they decided to try and shorten this game. The problem is Little Rock's been able to score quickly. Their possessions aren't taking long.
Yeah, we're not able to stop them at all. They're determined to go to the basket, and they're getting it where they want to. The one time they didn't get the layup, they got the wide open 3 out there. Somebody be tough enough here now.
Tennessee Tech basketball beneath the hoop, 94 feet away. Grant Slatton now going to be the inbounder. He smacks his hand against the basketball and bounces it over to Owens. Now back to Slatton. Ahead, Moon 2. Jumps it over to Cameron. Trap arrives. He fires it out of play. Turnover looking for Nichols. Right out of bounds. And now Little Rock could cut it down to as little as 5 on this possession with 4.5 to go.
That was tough. That was a heartbreaker then because we beat the press.
Ahead, again, Bayless turns into the low block. Turnaround shot, he hit it again. Braxton Bayless has cut this down to a 6-point game, and now Little Rock feels like they're going to win it. They're all on their feet on that sideline. Slatton, ahead Moon 2. 2-on-1, Moon 2 slows it down again. Moon 2 punches it over. Finds Cameron. The time to bleed the clock is gone. It's a different ball game now, 74-68. Cameron drives, swiped. Bayless got a hand on it. That'll be a tie-up, and the arrow belongs to Little Rock. Another turnover.
Now where you got to be mentally tough. You got to get together. Somebody huddle them up and say, let's be tough.
Danny pounds to the table for Makai Cameron. Jawan Nichols also checks out of the game as Malik Ferguson is in. Tech has not scored in their last 6 shots. They haven't hit a field goal in 5 minutes and 16 seconds. And Little Rock is red hot. They've made their last 6 shots.
It's not just red hot, it's the easy short.
And now we got a stoppage. The shot clock didn't reset. It was a new possession, so it needs to go back up. So they'll reset the clock. And they got to put a couple more seconds back on as 2 bled off. I don't know if they noticed that. Looks like they didn't, so Tech leads 74-68. They led by as many as 21 in this second half. That was a long time ago, it feels like. Clater works off a GAT kick screen. Eyes up. Now he drives. Clater, mid-range jumper. Can't hit. Finally a miss. Pounds tips the rebound to himself. Now tries to get away in a foul. And this will be a 1-and-1 for Danny Pounds as Gatkek stuck his knee out into Pounds and picks up the personal. That is the second on Toontach Gatkek. And we will have free throws for Danny Pounds on the other side. This game has gotten intense in a hurry. 3:47 to go. It's 74-68. You're listening to Tennessee Tech men's basketball, 106.1 The Eagle and the Golden Eagle Sports Network. Welcome back. 3:47 to go in the ball game. 74-68. The energy in the gym has changed. A 21-point lead for Tech is down to 6, but an opportunity to stretch it with a great free throw shooter. Danny Pound's going to shoot 1 and 1 out of this full exceptional being timeout on the floor.
And that was a stop on defense by getting the rebound. But when he gets the rebound, you know they're going to double team, trap, everybody's there. Release your two guard. He'll get a layup if you get the ball out.
And it was the first stop in the last 6 trips, actually 7 trips for Little Rock down the floor. Tech trying to regain a little bit of a semblance of control here.
And it's been easy. They just drive it in there and get a good shot.
And they either get into the rack or having those little turnarounds in the mid-range and been red hot. Danny Pounds flies away and can't hit. Rebound loose. Pounds grabs it. Now jumps through. Danny Pounds off the glass. No. Got it again. Put back blocked. Gatkick with a huge swat. Slatton saves it into Ferguson. Now back to Owens. 13 to shoot for Tech. Ahead by 6. Owens works right side on the drive. Owens into the low block. Steps through. Gives to Pounds. Pounds drives, and a travel, or a foul I should say, going to be called, on Gatkick. Toontach Gatkick picks up the foul for the hold, and Danny Pounds will have one more chance at a 1 and 1. This will be the last 1 and 1 for Tech.
I thought he got fouled on the shot before. On this one, I actually thought he walked.
I did too. When he whistled and started waving his hands, I went, uh-oh, this is going to be a travel. He started to say it.
Coach Walker jumped about 5 foot over his feet were over the scorer's table over there.
Pounds just missed 1. Back at the line for a 1 and 1. Big Danny Pounds flies away and hits. Ooh. It hit every part it could hit before falling through. Front of the rim, side of the rim, backboard, but through. 75-68, 3:25 to go. Regardless of this free throw, Tech needs a stop. Pounds can't hit the second. Rebound down Clater, and here they come. Little Rock is wasting no time. Truman Clater drives right into Ferguson, and a foul is called. It's just the 5th on the Golden Eagles. No continuation.
Just get back, get in the lane, because they're coming hard at you.
Ferguson picks up the personal. 3:20 to go. It's 75-68. Baseline inbound here for Little Rock on the road, trying to sweep the season series and trying to put Tech further behind the 8 ball when it comes to getting into the conference tournament. Pass out. Here's Braxton Bayless. Bayless works over right side. Bayless kicks back Clater. Steps back. Clater floating back against Pounds. Goes to work. Clater, step back 3. Can't hit. Rebound. Bayless. Put back. No, but a foul. And this, I believe, will be 2 free throws for Braxton Bayless. And that was just a hustle play as he got to the rebound ahead of Grant Slatton, who is called for the personal.
Except you got to block out even on the perimeter. You can't just chase the ball.
2 free throws here for Braxton Bayless, 64% on the season. He's 2 for 2 tonight at the stripe. Make it 3 for 3, and it's back to a 2-score game. Jawan Nichols at the table, and he's checking in for Danny Pounds.
Well, we're putting a 54% free throw shooter in for a 90, even though he's missed 2 of them.
Next one on the way for Braxton Bayless. Connects, 2 for 2. It's 75-70 with 3:02 to go here in the Eblin Center. This has been a ferocious comeback by Little Rock. It always felt like they were going to have a run in them. The question is, could Tech handle it? Owens, great feed ahead to Moontu against the pressure. Moontu is fouled, and they finally call it. And Little Rock not happy about it, but it was clearly a foul. And they get this one.
Just grabbed him.
On Clater. He literally wrapped him up in a bear hug, and this will be 2 free throws as Tech's in the double bonus. And it was actually Tracy Steele called for the personal.
When they score a free throw, we're taking our time, letting their defense set up. We ought to get that ball out and be gone.
Brandon Moontu to the line where he will shoot 2. He leads the game with 22 points. He's 2 for 2 at the line. On the season, Brandon is an 88% free throw shooter. And he hits the first to put it back to a 6-point game. Danny Pounds back in. Jawan Nichols just spelled him for a minute. Next one for Moontu. Up, through, 77-70. 2:57 to go. Here comes Jonathan Lawson. Going to be an all-OVC player as Lawson shrugs on Slatton. Tries to drive inside. Steps through. Finger roll, no. Great defense. Pounds on the rebound. Pounds clears out. Finds Malik Ferguson. Back to Ty Owens. Need to get it ahead. Owens. Overhand feed dangerous. Pounds grabs. Goes up strong and finishes. Danny Pounds with a tough take. 2:33 to go. It's 79-70. Is that finally the separation that Tech needed?
They got to get a couple of more stops here really quickly and then make some free throws and no turnovers.
Clater with it. He spins past Pounds. Little head fake. Pounds got off his feet, and it's going to be a foul every time. 2 free throws for Truman Clater the fourth coming up here. Clater, a 72% free throw shooter. This is his first trip to the charity stripe tonight. As a team, they're 7 of 8. Tech is 12 of 14. 2:26 to go, 79-70. First one for Clater is good. Nichols back in for Pounds. Braxton Bayless has 24 points. So does Brandon Muntu. Danny Pounds has 9 rebounds off the bench. He didn't check in until a minute to go in the first half. As Clater goes 2 for 2.
We're letting them all get set up. And we're not even set when we take the ball from the official.
Owens with it. He's trapped in the corner. Able to jump it over to Ferguson. 2:20 to go.
There you go.
Muntu with it on the right wing. Gives back to Owens.
Got to make a free throw now.
7-point game. Owens. Need a good possession. Gives to Nichols. Juwan Nichols against Lawson. Backs him down. Steps through. Hacked and fouled. 2 free throws for Juwan Nichols as he'll head to the stripe with 2:06 to play.
Well,
Gatkick just picked up his 4th foul, so attack sign on for Tech to go after the big man. And you talked about this, Juwan Nichols, he's not as good of a free throw shooter as Danny Pounds, but he says, be quiet, y'all, as he hits the first.
Show me, show me, show me, Nichols, show me.
So far, he's 3 for 3 tonight. Make it 4 for 4. How about that, Frank Harrell? 9 points is the lead for the Golden Eagles. Pounds checks back in on defense.
Now they're coming running through us. We're not even set.
Bayless quickly ahead. Tries to spin on Muntu. Contorts, puts it off the glass. Can't hit. Rebound down. Muntu has it. Steps through over to Pounds. Pounds ahead for Ferguson. Able to tightrope and stay in bounds. Now back to Owens.
That was almost a turnover.
Owens working past Gatkick. Owens inside. Too quick of a shot. Got blocked out of play.
What are you doing on that? You little guy going in there trying to lay it up.
And a bailout for Tech as it was knocked out of bounds. They'll get it back with 18 on the shot clock. Owens went into the land of the trees and just chucked a shot. Didn't need it. Here's Grant Slatton. He turns baseline. Bounces to Pounds. Pounds traveled. Feet shuffled as he went through. Possession back the other way to Little Rock.
Now that was a possession. I thought they should have used the clock with a 9-point lead.
Yeah, with 1:39 to go, that's a different calculus.
Yep.
Bayless sends it ahead to Clater. Clater
goes down the lane.
Just downhill again, and they will call a foul on Grant Slatton. Kind of lost his footing. And this will be a 1-and-1 upcoming for Little Rock, down by 9.
We're trying to pick them up here right in front of us. Should be picking up at the top of the circle where you got a chance. They get a running start. Well, back in it where you got a...
Truman Clater just went 2 for 2, but he misses the front end of a 1-and-1. Pounds with the rebound. Golden Eagle basketball ahead by 9 with 90 seconds to go. Owens over to Slatton. Slatton activates down the baseline, loses his footing, but gets it to Pounds. 2-hand jam with authority and 1. Danny Pounds with an exclamation point and an opportunity for 3.
Great pass by Slatton. Sometimes somebody doesn't get enough credit for what happened. He took it in there, ball fake, laid it to Pounds to get the dunk.
Grown man basketball by Danny Pounds. And he will set up at the stripe with an 11-point lead and 1:22 to go, trying to stretch it to 12.
And I kind of agree with Coach Pelfrey not putting him on the line. Get back there. Don't let them have you in transition. They're beating us down even when we make a free throw.
And I believe that is the 5th foul on Toontach Gatkick. It is. His day is done. Kachi Nze checking in. And for Tech, remember the last chance against Little Rock in this gym, because they're each going to separate conferences next year. The women won by 25. How about the men up by 11? gutsy effort right now out of the Golden Eagles as Pounds connects. It's 84-72. They'll roll it up. Bayless.
Why let them roll it? Go up there and make them pick it up.
Now Lawson going to drive inside. He's hit on the arm and foul. Danny Pounds on the forearm. This will be 2 free throws upcoming here. They're arguing it, but we had a good angle on that. It's pretty clear. It'll be 2 free throws here for Jonathan Lawson. 1:18 to play in regulation. Golden Eagles lead by 12.
Someone take a charge when they're just flying in there.
Nobody's really even tried in this game, to your point. Free throw on the way. Good for Lawson. Really been held in check by his standards tonight. 11 points as Nichols checks back in for Pounds, and Danny Pounds was great in this game.
No turnovers, make free throws. You got the game won.
Next one, good. Lawson goes 2 for 2. It's 84-74.
See, we're not set up. We're already trying to inbound it.
Slatton running the baseline. Now he fires it ahead to Owens. Grant Slatton's a really good inbounder. See if they stick with that as Owens drives, has it swiped, and a foul from behind as Bayless caught him on the bicep. It'll be the first on Braxton Bayless, and this is 2 free throws upcoming for Ty Owens at the stripe.
Great pass in by Slatton. Led the guy perfect, didn't put much air in it.
Owens is 1 for 1 tonight. He's got an opportunity for 2 more here with 1:14 to play.
Coach is saying don't foul them, don't put them on the line, but you got to guard them, make them score outside. Tighten up.
Owens' first free throw is good. An 11-point lead. Pounds and Nichols continue to swap. It's Danny Pounds back in. Danny Pounds has 10 points to go along with, or 8 points rather, go along with 10 boards in this game.
He's really made some great plays.
Owens next one, the point guard. Can't hit, spins out, 11-point game, 1:12 to go. And again with a ton of speed. Here comes Clater this time. Clater drives baseline, goes up strong, and finishes over Pounds.
So he just beats us down the floor.
It's a 9-point game again, 1:03 to go. Now Owens trying to inbound, running out of time, fires it into Slatton. He touches it back to Owens. Owens ahead to Moon2. Moon2 wisely spins out. Now it is time to kill the clock. Moon2, they come with a foul, commit it. It'll be Clater, and Brandon Moon2 returns to the stripe for 2 more. Or so far today, he is 4 for 4. It's easy to forget in all this chaos how great Brandon Moon2 has been. He's got 24 points. He's 8 of 11 from the field, 4 of 7 from long range.
And we said early when he made that first shot, he's the guy that's got to make threes for Tech.
He has done so today. Tech as a team was 11 of 24 from long range, and they're probably done taking them as Moon2 hits the first free throw. As a team, Tech's free throw shooting percentage has been ticking up. Now it's 73.1.
Coach is saying don't foul, but I still think you got to guard them. Just get in the lane and guard them.
Moon2 goes 2 for 2, 87-76. 50 seconds to go. Clater runs into his own man. Now activates on the drive pass. Slatton throws it up, and they call it a foul. That's not a foul.
Who was the foul on?
They're going to call it on Grant Slatton. It is not a foul. Slatton had the clean swat. Poor call. 2 free throws upcoming for Truman Clater the 4th.
Just absolutely awful because he got that ball after it left his hand in the air.
Clater went into the body, initiated contact. Yeah. Slatton got the swat up top. It's a horrible call.
And everybody booed when they saw the replay. Reckon the officials hear them booing?
And they should. And it's a missed free throw. The old ball don't lie as Clater clanks it off the back of the circle.
Got a rebound here.
And they'll get John or Caleb Pennyfeather on there for fouling, I would imagine. Makai Cameron, a good free throw shooter, goes to the table as the second free throw is good for Clater. It's a 10-point game with 43.9 to play. Cameron comes in for Pounds.
So we got 5 guards in there for ball handling.
Slatton going to inbound here. He can run the baseline, gets it to Ty Owens, who flashes free. Owens back to Slatton. 40 seconds to play, 10-point game. Slatton ahead to Cameron. Here they come for the foul. Cameron gives back Owens. Clater tries to wrap him. Owens gets away. Clater again tries to wrap him. Owens just do-si-doing him around. They're not calling it. Why not? Let's go home. 24 seconds to go.
Why did he not call it?
Coach Walker
fouls?
says we're good.
Yeah.
This is going to be a big win for Tennessee Tech. 4 seconds to go on the shot clock. They'll bleed it down and let it expire. Tech needed this one.
There was 3 fouls there.
They let it go. Hey.
And they just let it go, let them play.
I got to go to Eagleville. That's good.
Yeah, that's good.
Here they come. 10 seconds left, and Little Rock's going to bleed it out as well. A much-needed sweep of the doubleheader for Tennessee Tech. The men get their revenge. Final score from the Hooper Eblen Center. Tennessee Tech 87, Little Rock 77.
And what's here? Most of them stood up and cheered. What a sweet win.
A sweet win indeed. The 4-game losing streak is over, and January ends a whole lot better than January started, my friend.
Yep.
A sweep over Little Rock tonight, 87-77. Coming up in the post-game show, we'll be joined by the head coach, John Pelfrey. It's about time we talk to him after a win. How about Brandon Moontu tonight? 26 points for the Golden Eagles, 8 of 11 from the field. Makai Cameron with 17, Grant Slatton with 10. The Golden Eagles out-rebound Little Rock tonight, 38-18. There was a scare. Little Rock came back after being down 21, but the Golden Eagles answered.
When they got it to like 5, there was a moment that I wasn't a believer.
Me too.
I'll admit, I was not a believer. Then we got it back to 8, and I thought, yeah, I'm a believer, maybe. Then we got it up to 9. I'm a believer. Here we go.
They made the plays in this game down this stretch, Coach, that they needed to make it happen. And we'll be joined now in just a moment. He'll pass the headset over to Brandon Moontu. A victorious Brandon Moontu. And he'll take a seat in Coach Harrell's rolling chair. It's the best seat in the house. Joined by Brandon Moontu post-game. It's about time we talked after a big win. Brandon, your thoughts and how's it feeling now getting back into the win column here at home?
Man, it feels a blessing. First and foremost, I definitely want to thank God, Lord Jesus Christ, for this time, man. Like, we just been fighting, and this is just a good stepping stone for us of what we're trying to get done. And man, we're just grateful for this win, but it's just 1-0 now. Now we gotta, of course, enjoy this, and we get in the locker room for a little split second and get ready for the next game and keep stacking.
At Little Rock, you were up by 2 at the end of the first half. Then they had that huge second half. How important was it for you guys today? Because this second half, you dominated early to set the tone out of the locker room and finally start to separate from this team.
Yeah, we just had to continue to stay focused. Quiet the noise, not trying to let the refs get in play, and we just had to continue to just try to continue to stack the days. So this was really a good pivot moment for us, and we just continue to keep growing.
You hit the 3 early and then went off. 8 of 11 from the field, 4 of 7 from long range, 26 points. What were you seeing out there that kind of got this thing back rolling for you?
Man, I was just trusting my teammates to find me and just going with the flow, what I see on the game, just playing off the reads, and shots were falling. I'm just grateful it went in my favor.
Got to imagine you guys are hoping this is the jumping off point now. 1 month to go into regular season. You get TSU, then back home for 2 more to get this thing back rolling on the right tracks.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Absolutely. That's Brandon Moontu. Congratulations on the win. Thanks for joining us post-game, Brandon.
Thank you very much.
We'll be joined by Coach Pelfrey here momentarily. Brandon Moontu was outstanding in this basketball game tonight. 26 points for him. The pride of Canada. Calgary, Alberta by way of Western Michigan. He was really, really good. Coach Pelfrey doing his hit with Dylan Bazzano. But when Brandon Moontu is hitting shots like he was tonight, Frank, this team becomes exponentially better.
Yeah, and he's supposed to be a great shooter, and he has been a great shooter. It's just inconsistent. When he's hitting shots, we're good. I like Danny Pound coming in. I like Turner.
Jock Campaign.
I like Nichols early.
Yep, Jacoby Whitted came in and hit 2 big threes.
Whitted hit 2 big threes. But Danny come in and just was a man when he had to be a man. Rebounding, that's all you can say. They scared me. They scared all of us. But, hey, they come back then and made the plays they got to have. They got the rebounds they got to have. They beat the press they got to have. They made the free throws they got to have. That's what you got to do.
You got to make the winning plays.
Yeah, and there's probably 32 good minutes of basketball. Needs to be 36.
And you finally get over the boogeyman, which has been Little Rock.
Yeah.
6 straight losses against this team. It feels good. It has not happened very often to sweep Little Rock in 2 matchups.
Yeah. And Little Rock's got a really good team. Their record, even as good as it is, I think it should be better with the talent they've got. I mean, they're quick. They can shoot. They've got length. But, hey, you got to give it to Tech's heart. They hung in there. I told Doc Fields back in Idaho after the last game on the road, you know, even though we lost, they made me have some hope again. So they built on that one to this one and give me a lot of hope now.
And critically important, this game in particular when it comes to the OVC standings. Little Rock sat in 6th. They're now 6-5 in conference play. Tech trying to get up into the top 8. They're now 3-9. Eastern Illinois, be watching that closely. They're at 5-6. If they were down big early, they lose. Tech wins today. They get even closer to getting back into the all-important top 8. So anytime you can see those teams that are just above you lose, that's a very good day.
You got to enjoy this win, but you can't live off this win. You got to say, okay, that one's back. We know how we can do it. We got the formula now. Let's repeat that formula each game. We got to shoot the ball well. We got to hold turnovers down. We got to get rebounds. Aren't the rebounds great? You know, I mean,
especially you got to continue this when you go to Tennessee State. You go to Nashville on Tuesday. Tennessee State sits second in this conference right now. They are 8-3, an opportunity to take on one of the upper echelon teams in the conference. Coach Pelfrey will have his team getting ready for that. We're going to hear from the head coach here in just a moment as he will come over. He gets a fist bump from athletic director Casey Fox, who's all of our bosses here on Media Row. Now we'll hear from the head coach himself, John Pelfrey. And it is about freaking time. As I was saying, it's about time we get to talk to head coach John Pelfrey after a win here on Media Row. Congratulations, Coach, on your victory. I have to imagine you're pretty pleased with how this game went tonight.
Yeah, I love the result. I really do. I love the resolve. I'm very happy for our guys. They keep sticking with it. They're hanging in there. They're battling. They put a lot of good work in. They prepared extremely well. I thought the assistant coaches were tremendous in the teaching and the communication of what the game plan was and what we wanted to do. And we knew we had to be really good. It's an important stretch here. I think we got 4 games in 8 days. I'm not even sure the NBA does that. And we got so much respect for Little Rock. Daryl does an amazing job. He's got really good players. They certainly play an extreme style of defense. And today I thought we got back to kind of moving the ball, sharing it. And it was great to see the ball go in the basket. We got a lot of energy from a lot of folks. Brandon made a lot of shots. Mackay made some shots. Grant Slatton was able to get in and make some shots. Jacoby Whitted, our freshman, who has got tremendous potential, was in there able to give us a big boost in the first half as well. And I thought guys did a good job for the most part of, using their fundamentals and fakes to avoid the length of those guys. Certainly wasn't perfect, but it gives us a chance to go back and look at it.
It got a little bit intense here. They cut it down to a 6-point game, and then you guys made the winning plays. How good was that to see this group kind of battle back, even in the first half, had that couple of minutes of scoreless basketball. They answered back quickly, something that's kind of eluded in this past month or so. They were able to make those winning plays late.
Yeah, I think, I wish we could have, cruised into a 20-point game. I would certainly taken that and not complain, but I'm also kind of glad it happened. I think it got down to 5, and we had to respond, and we had to kind of start doing the things that we talked about it takes to win basketball games. 1, defense and get shots. Defense and get shots. So we started stacking a few possessions there. We got 1 stop. They fouled us. We were able to convert a free throw. We got another stop. Okay, so now we've got 2, and we were able to score again. Next thing you know, we got that thing back up to 12. I think that's something that can give, even though, we lost our lead, we went and got it right back. So I think that's something that maybe give our guys confidence, hopefully, moving forward.
What is the goal now? Obviously, it's 1 game at a time. You get a very good TSU team on Tuesday in Nashville, that rescheduled game. Talk to Brand about this. You got to feel like hopefully this is a little bit of a jumping off point with a month to go in the regular season, knowing we got some work to do here.
Yeah, I think the focus is TSU. It's that. That's all it is. That's the next game. Anything else we have no control over. How we prepare, how we, rest, hydrate, recover. Our nutrition will be extremely important. And because we don't have a lot of time, like we had, 4 days of work to get ready for this game, we won't have the luxury of that. We're going to have maybe 48 hours.
Right.
So the preparation will be a little bit different. It'll be more taking care of your body, active recovery, but it'll be extremely mental. And have to look at things. It's an opponent we feel familiar with. We've already played them once. But we're going to have to look and see if they're doing anything unique. Is there anything that we want to change and do differently that might give us an advantage? So this is kind of where some strategy comes in. This is where some basketball IQ comes in. this is where it's really important with the teaching and the communication of the message, and it's to win a basketball game.
Absolutely. That's head coach John Pelfrey. The Golden Eagles victorious tonight. Coach, thanks very much. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Final score here from the Hooper Eblen Center. Tennessee Tech 87, Little Rock 77. Next up on the Golden Eagles Sports Network, it is the Golden Eagles at TSU in Nashville coming up on Tuesday night, then back home for 2 on Thursday and Saturday. I'll be here on the headset for those 2 home games, of course. Appreciate Mike back in the studio for making it possible for us to be here tonight. We had a interesting start, but we made it happen.
We did, and I just want to say how much fun it is to call a game with
Yes, absolutely. We had a good time.
It's also very professional. It's great to have fun and be professional.
Absolutely.
And you put up with my, what that play?
We have a good time here. That is the Hall of Famer Frank Harrell. I'm Noah McKay. For Mike back in the studio and everybody at the Golden Eagle Sports Network, we say so long. You've been listening to Tennessee